Hello and good morning. We're going to go visit the Nilometer on Rhode Island. The Nilometer, I'm going to read to you, was built in 861, and its purpose was to measure the level of the Nile. If it reached, let's see, an ideal flood filled the Nilometer up to the 16th mark. If it was less, that meant that they would have famine. At one time there were Nilometers up and down the whole length of the Nile, and they remained in use until the dams were built, which tamed the Nile River. And now this one is just a historic monument. And here is the Nilometer right in front of us on Rhode Island, smack in the middle of the Nile. There's another small little island behind it. Nothing for us to see on it, at least not today. We were supposed to see the Nilometer on our last trip to Egypt, and we ran out of time. Okay, let's go down into the Nilometer. Look at that, there are steps going down. You can actually go down into this one. Well, that's the pillar that marked the different levels of the Nile. And if it fell below a certain amount, that's when they knew they were going to have terrible crops and famine. Those holes down there is where the water would come through from the Nile. There was an earlier Nilometer before this one from 600 something. We're talking about AD. And all those steps down there were used for maintenance, to keep it from silting up and to clean out the tubes. There is calligraphy all the way around here. And when was the dome completed? When was all that done around the dome, Dean?
It was all completed at the same time.
All at the same time?
861.
861. And they completed it in 6 months. Isn't that something? You can see all the calligraphy around it and the stone blocks. You can see the marks along the column, both horizontally and vertically.
The meter is divided into 3 levels. The ground level is circular, the second level is square, and also the third level is square, but there's some difference between in the size. The second level is a little bit wider than the first level, and third level is wider than the first 2 levels. Okay. Do you know why?
No, why?
Because of the horizontal pressure of the soil on the body of the building.
Oh.
So once you go down, okay, the building and the stone must be bigger and huger. The entire place is built on top of a huge wooden platform, interlocking platform. Okay. This is to support the building and prevent collapse of the soil underneath the building. At the same time, it forms a support to the marble column.
That is the architect who built the Nilometer. That bridge connects Rhode Island with one bank of the Nile, and possibly dates from the 20th century, early part of the 20th century. It's metal.